perfect timing as the Clippers head out on the road. Meanwhile, the former Spur Kawhi Leonard, he's needless to say, the knee is back to factory settings, and Kawhi 2K is feeling very good. 11 points, 4 rebounds, and hitting almost half of his threes on the year, carries a 7-point per game average. Kawhi Leonard lays it in for the Clippers. He's averaging 12 points in his last 10 games. All of those are starts. A key number for him, 41% from above the arc. Weather Larceny, here come the Clippers back the other way, leading 7-3.
Well, I remember a week ago they got 2 of those against the Clippers. They were ready for that one. Paul George is ready to finish it in transition.
And a timeout for San Antonio.
Tough spot to take it in there.
Plenty of time to shoot, however, for the Clippers. George has it on the wing. And he connects on the 3.
Giving them space right now. Let's see if they double team.
Into the paint. George for 3. Hit one earlier there. Knocks it down again. The Clippers lead by 10. All 5 starters have scored for the Clippers. George tries to go to work. A step back, contested 20-footer. 6 to shoot. Going to have to do something quickly here. Pump fake on a 3. Bounces to George. Late in the clock, contested triple. A couple of tough. Keldon Johnson tries to go to work on Leonard, puts up a tough shot of his own, and Terrence Mann is there to clear it away.
Now he can push the ball, pitch it ahead. He got the defense spread out.
George finds a seam, glides in.
So was not back on the defense, and they took advantage of it for the easy score.
This time it's an open look for 3. It is short. Rebound falls right into the lap of Batum. Collins posting on Mann. The ball movement here for San Antonio. Wesley, this is Bagley coming into.
He's got a lot of energy.
I don't know what Nicholas Batum should have done better on that job. I thought he was very good defensively.
Reading about the guy they were going to eventually be employed by.
George in attack mode, a whistle and a foul, and boy, you just love to see it. It was a wild shootout in San Antonio, 131-126 back on Friday. Jackson for 3 in the late shot clock. No, long shot, long rebound. Chicago, Milwaukee, and then Knicks and Nets for the Clippers. George lets it fly. Boy, he's got some talent. Paul George knocks it down. He's got a dozen. YPG now playing regular games, and Luke Kennard involved. I knew that his shot opportunities would go down by a substantial margin, but Reggie stayed positive throughout. He has found his range. Clippers out in front by 15, have led by as many as 16, have not trailed in this first half. George curling, catching, and connecting. Paul George with 14 on 6 of 10 shooting. 62-44. George, a catch and shoot 3. George taking on Keldon Johnson, turns the corner from 20. And Paul George now with 6. 2:40 remain in the first half. George for 3. I'll tell you what, if we give him an inch, he's taking the shot.
And we talked about the ABA days when he was coaching the Kentucky Spurs. We see PG stick the arm in, the steal, and the emphasis at the end.
Who knew he was Dutch? The windmill by George. But I do like the offense for the Clippers, and it was just a matter of time. I really felt the entire time that this was going to come around. And still a long way to go. Norman Powell, a big reason why that offense has an uptick, but you just feel better about the way that the offense is played. Ball knocked out of bounds by San Antonio. Well, I'll be very honest, even if the Clippers were healthy all year, I didn't think you would see the best version of the Clippers until January. As Covington knocks down a 3.
That face that jumper dead.
George to the rim, whistle, count the basket, and send him to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play. And it's kind of an inconsistent call, and it varies by crew. The Clippers get the benefit there, and Paul George gets up and down on the 3-point play.
I think he was explaining his version of what a continuation is versus the officials, and it may not have been quite the same. When they come back from that, they're going to blink and the season's going to be over.
Clippers play the most games heading into that All-Star break.
Made his move along the baseline, still able to convert.
George finds Kennard, open for 3, lets it fly. Luke Kennard knocks it down, his first 3 in what feels. The Clippers are shooting 63%. George once again spins away from his defender, back to Zoo. Look out below! Rattles the street lamps out on Figueroa. Ivica Zubac puts the Clippers out in front 93-64. George gets a bone-crushing screen set by Zoo. Rewards the big fella for the flush.
Great ball movement. Paul George drains the triple.
Coming out of that timeout to start the fourth quarter, the energy. Covington with the steal.
Powell is alone in the corner for three. It's good. 110-81.
Defender goes by, move to your left one step, wide open.
Collins goes to work on George, loses the ball, and the Spurs kind of coming undone here. The 2 start for the Clippers here in the fourth. Reggie inside lays it in. It's an 11-2 run to open up the frame, and the Clippers have their largest lead of the game, 115-83. The league's a better place when he is in it. We talked about it when we were in San Antonio on Friday as George glides to the rim and lays it in.
And then how about in Houston, the combination of Ralph Sampson along with Akeem Olajuwon? Not bad, right?
One thing the Spurs have been great at is not necessarily finding the top guys. It's the guys later in the draft that has kind of built that dynasty. Last week we saw Greg Popovich and Kawhi Leonard have a lengthy discussion afterwards.